Sound, Karma, Music, Podcast. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Welcome to Sound Karma Song Spotlight episode 25. I'm your host, Big Zach. This is all about showcasing new music, and we're spotlighting 4 songs this week. The Big Dirty is an amazing rock band. Find out what crazy things they do in concert that make their shows legendary. Lex Audrey is a super talented alternative band from Vienna. You'll hear which iconic 80s bands they remind us of. Wyland is an indie alt band from New Jersey. Wait till you hear this amazing track. It'll blow you away. Claudia Balla is an amazing pop singer-songwriter from Switzerland. As soon as you hear the first note, you'll have an oh wow moment. We promise. All right, let's get to it. The Big Dirty is a hard rock band that has resurrected the best of the 80s hair bands and brought it into the new millennium. Lead vocals are strong, harmonies are tight, and all that's great. That's the stuff that makes a good band. But the Big Dirty is not a good band. They're a great band. They have that special element that takes a group from satisfactory to exceptional, and that's their on-stage presence. The Big Dirty has a live show that has made a long-lasting impression of old fans, new fans, and unsuspecting fans. The live show is full of contagious high energy. They're infamous for including water pistols filled with whiskey. They performed in drag. They've also been known to include the occasional on-stage streaker. And don't forget their whiskey solos, which means, can you finish the bottle before guitarist C. Diddy finishes the solo? These guys are intense, and so are their fans. If you see them live, you'll get something for the senses. A great show with hard music for your ears, and a lot going on stage for your eyes. This track is on their latest album, Sex Rock City. It was released in December and available for download now. This is The Big Dirty with The Day the Devil Came to Town. Before we get into Lex Audrey, let's clear something up so there's no confusion. Lex Audrey is not a guy. It's a band. And not just any old band. They're an insanely talented alternative band from Vienna. They use synthesizers with drum beats and bass lines that are so epic, they're on the level of iconic bands like Depeche Mode, The Cure, and Tears for Fears. Not to mention the insanely unique and crisp lead and harmony vocals. They have a highly respectable story. You know, there are a few things about this band that make them so incredible. First is that they make their music their way. This album was self-produced, self-composed, and self-mixed. Now that's a very bold move, especially for such a new band. But they know who they are, and they knew the kind of album they wanted to make, and that's exactly what they did. Another thing that makes this such an amazing group is that each of the band members started playing instruments at a very early age. That has given each of them the time they needed to explore the music. It let them experiment with song and sound. And that last point is incredible. They've only been making their way around Austria's music scene for a couple years. After such a short time together, they're already becoming a major player in the music industry. You know, for many bands, it takes a long time to develop their sound and find their groove. It takes time to get that special thing that makes a band work in harmony with all its members. Lex Audrey has that magic element. They are the real deal. They've worked hard, and it shows. This latest track from Lex Audrey is on their brand new album, No Intention of Changing the World.
Leave alone, no dear. Just winter. Leave alone, no dear. Just winter.
Wyland is an indie alt band from New Jersey. This band has a true story of a group of talented musicians who spread their wings with big dreams and literally reached fans around the world. Vocalist Ryan Sloan was working at a prison in Hudson County. He would oftentimes work out melodies in his head while he was at work. They started hitting the underground scene in New York City. When people saw them live, it took them to a whole new level. Their shows are epic. They're described as, quote, wildly theatrical. They don't just get up and sing. That's the kind of thing that can easily take an ordinary band to the level of legendary. It's what a band does live that can make all the difference, and Wyland does that. They took a perfectly great group of talented musicians and have turned themselves into something that may very well turn this group into a Hall of Fame act. They spent a lot of time last year working on the new album, and it's going to explode. What we've heard so far is that good. The new single was just released in November. It is available for download now. This is Wyland with Nowhere Now. And finally, Claudia Balla is an amazing pop singer-songwriter from Switzerland. She's been playing piano and writing songs since she was 8 years old. She has the kind of voice that'll hit you in the face like 1,000 bricks. You might expect someone this young to have a very delicate sound, but her vocals are dynamic, which makes it difficult to ignore her music. As soon as you hear her sing the first note, you'll be blown away. Claudia Balla's tone is elegant and exquisite, yet extremely powerful. That's a very rare combination. She's been blessed with uber talent. This is the title track off her new album, which is available for download now. This is Claudia Balla with Fire. So there you go. That's this week's Sound Karma Song Spotlight. You can find links for downloads below, depending on where you're listening to this, or on the podcast page at soundkarma.com. If you have any suggestions for artists or songs you'd like us to highlight as a featured video, blog, or in a podcast, let us know. Contact us through the website or email at info@soundkarma.com. It's karma with an H. Or DM us on Twitter, whatever you like. We think all music should be heard. Thanks for listening. I'm Big Zach. Over and out.